Hi everybody, Craig here. Welcome to episode 5 of my 6-player free-for-all Age of Wonders 3 playthrough series. In this series, myself and 5 AI opponents set to Emperor difficulty are playing a true free-for-all game where there are no set teams. In this series, I am playing as the Nomad Sorcerer, Quora the Desert Rose. In our last episode, we ended up going to war with our Necromancer opponent, Melenis the Risen, and of course that's because Melenis actually declared war on us first. And in doing so, Melenis has actually taken one of our vassal cities, that being our Orc vassal here, and you can see that's the vassal of Zardor. And unfortunately, we've lost control of it, and it now belongs to Melenis. Fortunately, though, we are moving our main stacks over. We have Quora and a couple of Nomad Rocks, along with a few other kind of miscellaneous units. And then we have Karzan and a few other units that are kind of bringing up the rear as well. So we have a fairly decent army moving over. The target right now is going to be the throne city of Melenis. And you can see it right here. That's the city of Hodin. So that's our target. But of course, we also want to reclaim Zardor if possible. And it does look like there's another city over here, Ifinderlan, over further past Hodin. So a couple of cities we're targeting, but the throne city is the primary objective. You can also see that there are a few units here sitting outside of our elven vassal, so that's a little bit worrisome because, as you can see, it's not particularly well guarded, although we do have the glyphs of warding on the city to at least help a little bit. Now, before we jump into the episode proper, I did just want to give a couple of quick shout-outs to a few individuals who left some excellent comments on the previous episode. The first of those comments is from Insert Username. Insert had mentioned that Arcane Study would be a decent choice now for my research option, and one of the reasons for that is it's quite efficient. So we're getting 42 knowledge per turn, and as you can see, Arcane Study has a cost of 80, so this would be very efficient. We wouldn't waste very much extra knowledge. And this obviously is going to help because it's going to increase the amount of knowledge we're generating through laboratories and observatories. Now, at this point, I don't think we have any labs or observatories, but we are going to be building them very shortly. And I very much agree with Insert that that's going to come in handy and be quite a useful option. So I'm still going to stick with Magic Barrier for now because that is going to buff our shield units and in particular give extra resistance to our Phantasm Warriors who are shielded, but they do have a bit low resistance. That's kind of their weakness. So that said, I think Arcane Study would be a good choice very soon as well. So I agree with Insert. Insert also mentioned that my Rogue, who is the other hero stack I have over on this side of things, we have the Melons down here that are provide healing, and I can use them to heal up the stack when I do move south. So my plan was to head down here and take on this quest for this particular city down here to try to get another vassal, and in doing so I'll be able to get some healing as I walk past. So really good point there. I would have completely forgotten about those melons once again, so I appreciate Insert mentioning it. Next comment here is from Death. Death agreed with Insert regarding Arcane Study, but also agreed with my decision to grab a Magic Barrier first because that's going to coincide with buffing the Phantasm Warriors. Death also mentioned that once I have a couple of labs going and I'm able to get Arcane Study, getting basic seafaring wouldn't be a bad option, and I'm inclined to agree. I mean, you can see we've got plenty of water here that's kind of around our throne city. It does seem to be quite prevalent on the map, and there are some pretty decent lakes and whatnot, so I think it would be good just to be able to really move my armies around more quickly. And of course, it's not entirely wasted because once you have basic seafaring as well, you can continue progressing and try to get advanced logistics eventually. So even if I wasn't going to use it, it's still not a bad thing to get your hands on. And then Death also had a good reminder just to remember to try to retake that vassal city if possible. And of course, I have some fire-based units I'm able to produce that might come in handy. Things like the Tigran Fire Cat here, as well as I think the Epsilon... Oh no, the Epsilon Warrior just does physical damage, but the Fire Cat in particular does do fire damage, and so I think could be quite useful, and I believe some of the units that we're getting from our vassal as well do fire damage, so that's going to be good against the undead, which is what we're up against in Melenis' forces. So without any further ado, I think we'll jump into the episode. As always, a big thank you to everybody for the excellent comments and suggestions. All right, let's get back to it. So we were at the end of our turn here, and I don't think there was really anything left for us to do. So we'll end it there. And let's see what happens next. So I should probably jump over, keep my eyes on Melenis here, and see if we get attacked at our vassal, because that would be unfortunate. Another development in that last episode is we've made contact with another of our opponents. This time it's Brock Goldran, who's a dwarf sorcerer. Ooh, and look at that. Moving into attack. Oh, shoot. Okay, well, that's unfortunate. So Melenis did take my elven vassal. Well, I suppose one of the good things about that is, as I'm on my way through, I can grab the vassal and try to actually take it as a full-fledged city. But that's such a shame because we had the opportunity to grab this as a city for ourselves. But yeah, it's you know, it is what it is. It wasn't well defended, so I shouldn't be surprised. Okay. As Bandaria offers a tribute, a small army or some mana, I will happily accept the small army. Oh, and that's not bad. We got ourselves a cavalry unit here, an outcast slaver. We've also got a smuggler. So let's take a look at what the slaver has for abilities here. So we have demoralize. Doesn't cost any action points to use. So it demoralizes all enemy archer, infantry, irregular, and pikeman units on the battlefield. Wow. They have to resist a check or else they'll lose 150 morale till the end of combat. And it can stack multiple times. That's pretty amazing, actually. Especially since it's basically a free action. And then you've got Hurl Net, so definitely not a bad idea there. Backstab and armor piercing, so these guys could be great for flanking. Wow, that's pretty solid. A decent cavalry unit there. And eventually gains Guardbreaker and Tireless. Wow, pretty solid. I'm quite happy with that. And we've gotten to see the Smuggler in action, is a irregular unit that has sprint and fire pistols. So, again, that's definitely useful. And now we've got ourselves an Epsilon Warrior that we've been able to produce, which is fantastic. So I'm thinking what we might want to do here is, you know, with all of these extra units, I think we might be strong enough to maybe clear out this trading post and potentially also clear out this Flowrock Quarry. So I have to consider doing that, you know. I think that might not be a terrible idea. In addition, as Bandaria can join us, and I think I'm probably going to do that because if I can develop it, I can then start getting access more quickly to some of the more advanced units from the dwellings. So let's take a look here. Yeah, gee, that's a shame, though. Melenis was able to take the city without too much trouble, got some level ups there, and replaced this cadaver with one of my units, or my vassal army. So that's kind of disappointing. But for now, we're going to leave the Orc Vassal alone. We're going to just bypass it and go straight through. Again, the goal is to get over to the Throne City, but on our way there, I think we will probably try to reclaim our vassal as best we can. Oh, and you know what? I made a bit of a mistake there. I didn't keep these units together, which isn't great because... There, I'm going to do that because I don't want to get in a situation where this army gets attacked without pulling in my main stack. So if I did lose this unit, it's not the end of the world. I am going to have to be very careful too because units could be coming from the vassal area towards my throne city. So I currently don't have anything defending it, so I may have to remedy that situation. We've got production choices in our Tigran village here, so we could continue producing units, and I don't mind doing that, but now that we've got some extra reinforcements, I'm more inclined to go for some development of the city itself. Now, this could be a good chance to do a laboratory, although not the most efficient because we're looking at 125, and we've got 52 current production. So, I mean, it's not terrible, but the Hall of Trials would give us access to some pretty decent... I think those are mostly Tier 2 units. Again, these are more of the Chivalrous Intention-based units. Siege Workshop, again, would give us the extra production. Storehouse would increase growth, which wouldn't be bad. The Shrine would help our mana situation. You know, maybe the Storehouse. Let's do the Storehouse for starters there. Get that going. Now, in the meantime here's the question. Do we want to make a little detour and try to clear out this trading post now that we've got some reinforcements here along with this Epsilon Warrior? This stack's in pretty good shape, too. We've got a very strong War Elephant, Tier 2 Shield Biter, And the rest of these units are kind of miscellaneous, but, you know, I think we could probably do it. So why don't we do that before we leave? I mean, I know it's going to delay us getting down there just a bit, but I think this is worth it because it's going to give us hopefully some additional resources here. So, especially if the city grows shortly, it's going to encompass this trading post, which would give us more gold income. So let's engage. Again, we have to be careful here, and we don't want to lose units because we've just been gifted all of these extra... Well, I shouldn't say all of these extra, but 2 extra pretty decent units. And then we produce that Epsilon Warrior, so... Alright, so they are not going to come to us, which I suppose isn't really all that surprising. So we will step up with our Epsilon Warrior. Very nice that it has Defensive Strike. That's going to come in handy, I think. The big thing to watch out for is these Minotaur Bulls. I believe they have charge, yes. They do have a shield as well, so they're going to be fairly tanky. You can see they've got pretty high defense. Granted, they are in defense mode at the moment, but still. So I'm thinking we keep our units in behind our shields. The good news, too, is that these units don't have pikes, so our War Elephant will actually be a decent choice as well to tank damage. The Shield Biter should be able to accomplish that as well. So I'm thinking we just kind of... Let's see. Okay, they all resisted it. Still worth trying, though, of course, but... the Guardsman's in kind of not amazing condition, so we'll park him there. We can do a little bit of damage here, sure, why not? With our hero. And then our Commoner can step up, do a little rally, buff our Irregulars. We're going to end it there. So now let's see what they decide to do. Okay, going after my units, that's totally fine. War Elephant, tanking damage very nicely. Really, really good there. So, okay, 2 of the Minotaurs have gone left, 1 has gone right. So we're going to probably pivot our squad here so that we have more protection. I think what would be great would be to get over here with the Outcast and try for that flank kill. Let's see if we get lucky here. Oh, dang, 1 health. I was really hoping we'd get that finish. Alright, well, we'll use the Commoner then. We'll go right over here. We'll get the kill there. And now, the War Elephant can, I believe, yes, break the Minotaur's guard, which is what I was hoping for. So, let's do that. Nice, good damage. And then we can step in with our Epsilon Warrior and get a bit of extra damage here. Very nice. Okay, now on this side of things, it's a little bit more dicey, so we have to be careful. We really don't want these Minotaurs getting in there to just, you know, savage us or anything like that. So, what I'm thinking is... Whoops, I didn't mean to use Sprint. Well, that's okay. The Satyr here, what we'll do, I think, is we will blast for some range damage. Very nice. And then... You know, it would be great to just get the kill there if we could. So maybe what I'll do is I'll use the Shield Biter to just get the finish. And then I'm going to use my hero to do a quick dash on the Shield Biter. Well, I mean, the only problem is that's not the most efficient thing. You know, doing it to the War Elephant would probably be better. I was thinking we could put the Shield Biter into defense mode, though. Because we're going to take quite a bit of damage here from all these charge attacks. I'm a little bit concerned that we might end up dying. Don't want to lose the Shield Biter, so... I don't think the Minotaur is going to be able to kill anybody over here. So, you know what? I think the safer move would be to do the Shield Biter into defense mode. Go like this. And then we can just wait for them to come to us. There. Hopefully that ends up being the right move. Okay, so they have... Ooh, this is going to hurt. Ouch. Okay, we tanked the damage, though. Thank goodness for that. Okay, well, I'm glad I buffed over there, even though they didn't really end up needing it. Okay, we got a really good backstab here, so let's just get that done. Perfect. Good kill. The Smuggler tanked that damage actually quite well, so we're good on that side. Over here, we can... probably just finish the Minotaur with 2 attacks. So let's do this. Oh, nice. And then we can get the finish right here. Excellent. And then our Rogue could step over and assist us with this Minotaur. Yeah, minimum of 8 damage, that's better. So let's do that. I suppose the alternative is we do some spell casting for some extra health, but I think we'll be fine. There it is. And then we can... Well, no one can really get in there to hit him, so... Shoot. Shield Biter could Warcry. I don't think that's going to be enough to get the finish, though. So you know what? We'll just do defense mode. And the guardsman can come on over as well. Smuggler will hide back there just because he's in kind of rough condition. There we go. So we might take an attack, but... I guess we took 2, so we... Oh, we took 3. You know what? That wasn't the most efficient. I should have done the attack. That would have probably saved me a bit of damage. But we didn't lose anybody. We got a level up here. And most importantly, we cleared out this structure. And hey, look at that. We got a couple of items too. So the shock bolts wouldn't be bad. And Predator does an extra 3 damage with attacks of opportunity. Hero's probably not going to be in a ton of positions where they're going to be doing attacks of opportunity. But I will still take that because it is nice to have an elemental option that isn't fire or poison from the blowpipe there. So nice to give her another option. And you know what? We'll just equip it with our rogue. You know what? Now that I'm thinking about it, though, that item might be better off with Karzan, our other hero. But I think it's probably fine to leave it. And yeah, here, you know what? I think it's time for them to join us. It's not that expensive. And then we can start developing it. So first things first, we got to build a Smuggler's Den. That's going to unlock most of the other upgrades. So we'll get started there. All right, we can level up our rogue. Now here, Charm. That's the big one I was hoping for. We'll grab Charm. Basically, that's just giving us the ability now to get additional units into our army, which is really important, I think. So let's do this, and then we can head on down. And we'll try and clear out this Flow Rock Quarry on our way through. And this squad can move down as well. And the Epsilon Warrior can join in there. So we've got a pretty good army over here now, able to, I think, clear out most things we need. So that's going to make a big difference for us there. This little guy, I believe we were going to head underground. Let's just take a look. Yeah, we don't know what's there. So let's go back to the surface. And we will send our Wisp underground. Okay, so this is kind of a dead-end little tunnel. Although there's lots of diggable walls over here, so... Ooh, and now we're in trouble. Now, they are zombies. We might be able to run away from them, but I'm going to retreat back, and we're probably going to get attacked, so... Now, this one, we're going to, I think, just... Excuse me, we're going to just keep exploring in the water. That's relatively safe for us, or safer, I should say. Looks like we got some Arctic area over there, so... Might want to check that out. This little guy, I think we were going to try this cave. Let's see. Yeah, there's nothing... We can't see anything there, so let's go check out the cave entrance. Okay, well, pick a direction. Let's go north. And then this little guy down here, I think we can just keep exploring into this unknown area over here. Alright, not bad at all. Ooh, look at this. Hyman Revenant Titan. Tier 3 giant unit. Interesting. So, kind of like a lesser version of the Archon Revenant Titan, I suppose. Very cool. I seem to recall, I think the Hyman were... a race that was playable in the first Age of Wonders, if I'm not mistaken on that. All right, let's we'll just keep exploring with this guy and see what we find. If we stick to the mountains too, we'll be relatively safe. So maybe we can find some gold or something as well. This little guy is still in the Shadow Realm. Let's grab those mana crystals since we're there anyway. And then, ooh, and look at that. We've got something we can encounter. Maybe a Draconian village or something. We'll check that out next turn. we'll keep going down the magma river here. Ooh, now is this dead ending? Oh, I think it might be. Well, shoot, we'll have to turn that around. Okay, well, that's the end of the turn, so we'll go back up, and we'll keep an eye on Melenis here. So yeah, the big worry is going to be them shifting around underneath and attacking my throne, which is, as you can see, unguarded. So I may need to readjust my priorities here. I suppose one thing I could do is take some of these units that I've gained, like maybe the Smuggler and another unit, and send them over to guard the throne or something. Just to have something there. You know, I had broken off this little Civic Guard to come and join in with Karzan, but maybe it's better to send the Civic Guard back and that Smuggler, and the two of them can try to guard the city. Not that they're much of a deterrent, but it's better than nothing. Okay. Oh, nice. A hero is offering to join us. Another rogue. You know, I would be inclined not to go with another rogue. I'd prefer like a Theocrat or something else. So let me see. Show me your talents. Doesn't really have anything super special. Coup de grace. Yeah, I'm not real sold on this hero, so I'm going to say I require another type of hero. Hopefully we get something different next time. Ooh, Gavencrest can become Vassal. Yeah, now that's expensive. That's using a lot of our gold, but I think that's pretty solid. That gives us a bit of control here, kind of in the middle of the map. And obviously pretty well defended, given that there's a Lord of the Deep here. So, Maldora is giving us a vassal proposal. Would require 127 gold. We might be able to drum up enough gold to do that if we can sell something or clear out a few structures. Or find treasure. That would be the other way. So maybe our Wisp can get lucky here. Let's keep looking. Well, nothing yet. Ooh, and there's another one we can encounter. Another neutral village. So yeah, obviously gold a bit of a problem at the moment. Right, let's see how far in. You know what? On our way through, we might as well clear out the inn because we're strong enough to do it now without taking a ton of risk. So I think we can probably do that reasonably well. And, you know, I was thinking, okay, so here are some undead units. We got a Vanguard, Sentry, and a Cadaver. I was thinking this little guy, maybe it is better to go back to the throne. I mean, again, I'm probably being a little overcautious, but I'd rather have the throne with something to defend it than give it up, you know, and end up losing it. Okay, so there's that. Now, we can do this battle. Do have to be careful because obviously we don't want to take a bunch of extra damage on our way through here. So we will try to do this one. We have to be careful. There's two really solid tier 2 units we have to watch out for. Those two orc units. Then there's some little tier 1 goblins. So again, in this battle, I also want to make sure I'm prioritizing experience for my Spitting Spider. I want to try to get them to level up if possible, because they can evolve, don't forget. One thing also to watch out for is that one goblin unit, I believe, is a pikeman, the grunt. Let me see. Yeah, it's a polearm-based unit. Interesting, this unit can evolve. That's kind of cool. So it would be good to get rid of the grunt so that our cavalry are not as threatened. So that's something I'm going to try my best to do here, I think. So we can do pretty good damage with Quora without even getting any closer. And you know what? I like that. Let's do that. Pretty solid. Spitting Spider could come over and help as well. Do that first and buff our units. If we were to get a little closer with our Smuggler, we might get the kill. Nice. Okay, we did. That's great. So now the Smuggler is in some danger, and so is Quora. So I'm going to park a rock, I think, in front of Quora here. And then I'm going to keep this one back. I'm going to keep the Spider in reserve so we can use its ranged abilities. And do that. Now, Karzan can also do some pretty nasty range damage with his abilities, so I'm going to move him around. We're going to kind of just rotate him slightly, kind of like this. And the Spearman might as well come over as well. I think that's going to do it, so we'll end it there. I'm a little worried about our rock taking a ton of punishment, but... Okay, it's being kind of spread out, so I'm not as upset about it. Oh, and look at that. The rock just annihilated the Marauder like it wasn't even there, so that's fantastic. The Oppressor needs to die now, so let's see. Maybe we can... Oh, yeah, you know what we could do is we can just step right in there. We do have our free throw spear, but I'd rather just go in and turn him around. Yeah, nice. Smuggler can step off, and then Karzan can probably just get the kill here with... Yeah, look at that. We'll just use Karzan to do that. Excellent work. So now all we've got left is the Monster Hunter, I believe. And we should be able to gang up on this guy pretty easily. So Quora can move up and give him the business. So we'll do that. Very nice. You know what we could even do is try with the Spitting Spider to get a web. Let's see if we get successful with that. Ah, shoot. At least we got a level up, though. That's great. My thought process there is if we could have gotten this guy webbed, then we could have taken an extra turn to heal. But, all right, well, we'll get the kill here with the rock and a nice level up there as well. So we took a bit of damage, but ultimately nothing catastrophic. Now, let's see what's in the inn. Oh, you know, getting a priest would be amazing to have that healing. We just don't have enough gold. And then it's just some tier 1 units. But yeah, getting that priest with Bestow Iron Heart would be amazing. Unfortunately, yeah, gold is really just the problem at this stage. Okay, Karzan. Again, we could give him maybe additional spell capability. He is leading an army now, albeit just 1 unit at this point. You know, I think probably Charged Army is a good choice for him right now. So we'll buff his squad a little bit. We're going to have this Phantasm Warrior next turn, remember, so that's really good for us. Territory Rush is almost done. We finished the Siege Workshop. That's great. And in terms of gold here, I think with this army now, we can attack the quarry. We might be able to drum up some extra funds. We will have to be careful. This is a pretty tough battle. We've got a tier 3 unit that we're fighting, so we have to watch out. Although, thankfully, we've got a little bit of extra support now with these additional units. So we will engage this battle, and we'll just have to be very, very careful. And I think we'll have to make efficient use of our spell casting capabilities, as always here. So, all right, these little guys are just going to move up. Yeah, so really that's the thing I'm the most afraid of is the big, nasty Beetle Knight. But this Red Cap is also kind of scary because, of course, they are a pretty decent pikeman unit, tier 2. So, yeah, certainly have to watch out for them as well. The Looter is kind of whatever to me. I think we can probably go like this. The Hurl Net actually has pretty decent range on it, but... so the Epsilon Warrior is just going to hang out. We do have a chance to go for a charm in this battle, so we're certainly going to try that, I think, if we can. The Shield Biter's a little bit beat up, so we got to just be mindful. Our Guardsman's still not in great shape, and our War Elephant also is kind of beat up. So here's what I'm thinking. We want to get out of range of most of these attacks if we can. So we will bring our units back. Get out of the way as best we can, really. How about there? Is that enough? Not quite. So I actually don't mind this unit, the Rapscallion, moving in to attack the War Elephant. So we'll leave the War Elephant right where it is. The Smuggler can step in just to be close enough. Commoner's good where we are. Our Rogue is fine. We're going to save our spell casting for when it restores some movement, I think. Okay, let's see what comes next here. Well, that I was not expecting. Should have looked a little more closely at that. Uh-oh. Now we're getting attacked over on this side, and our Epsilon Warriors are in big trouble. Well, shoot. Well, this is a bit of a surprise. I was not expecting things to go quite like this. All right, well, let's flank these guys. There we go. Good damage. Shield Biter can probably get the kill right here, so let's do that. There we go. All right, here's what I'm thinking. We probably want to do a quick dash on our Epsilon Warrior, honestly. Although, really, I think the Epsilon Warrior's probably toast, which is too bad, because that's a really good unit. Getting this War Elephant in the net is quite devastating for me, actually. Very upset about that. And this Guardsman kind of out of the way, so he's not really in the fight anymore. Because this Beetle Knight is just going to be able to annihilate the Epsilon Warrior with everything. Now, his Charm... Oh, you know, you don't have to be right next to them to do Charm. Thinking we could try maybe on the red cap to get a Charm off. Definitely don't hate that idea, really. Now, this unit, the Looter needs to die. Let's see, can we... Is this a flank? Ah, shoot, it isn't. Was hoping that would be. Okay, well, the Smuggler did a good job of at least doing some work. So, now, if we were to move over here with a Sharia, I have to be very careful, though, because this is a bit of a gamble. If it doesn't work, then we might lose our hero. If we go here, how close are we? Ooh, it's only a 45% chance. I'm guessing it's not much better for the Beetle Knight. Let's just see. 40%. The best odds are on the red cap of the two. But I'm going to try it on the Beetle Knight. Yes! Oh, we got so lucky. Okay, that's amazing. All right, new game plan is we just have to make sure that our hero doesn't die. And I think what we can do here is we can use our Outcast Slayer to get around, yes, and get a huge flank. Oh my god, and just gets the kill. Incredible. Oh, that's amazing. And look at that, it even saved our Epsilon Warrior. You know what? We got lucky there, but I'm going to take it. Oh, and they have Sprint. That's not great. Okay, thankfully they're choosing to attack a unit that's inconsequential to me, so not really a problem there. We will use Quick Dash just for the healing here. We'll use it on the War Elephant, and then we can get the finish over here with our... Perhaps our new unit would be best to do that with. Excellent. Oh, look at that. Now we have a very strong Tier 3 cavalry unit. That's a big deal for us. Nice, and some upgrades here. 100% fire protection and lava walking. Less useful for us given that we do have innate fire protection, but it's still not bad. I'm probably going to take it. And then the short bow, which isn't bad. It also gives razor projectiles and then some gold. The other option, of course, is we just sell this for a ton of gold right now. I mean, getting 100% fire protection is pretty desirable, I won't lie. Oh, you know, that's tough. I mean, that's almost 300 gold. That's pretty solid. I might regret this. I'm going to sell it. Yeah, there we go. Okay, we got tons of gold now. So, that's enough gold for us to bring in this vassal. There we go. That's one. Oh, and nice. We are the prime good. Wow, turn 18 already. Oh, and isn't that fantastic? Look at that. We've got 3 units here to join us. We got a Melia and a Nymph. Now, what's very cool about the Nymph is it has Seduce. Oh, and the Melia has healing. And they can evolve. Oh, that's amazing. Okay, well, hey. You know what? That worked out pretty darn well. We've got lots of healing support now. We've got units to put in with Karzan. This is working out super well for us. Okay, so yeah, forge that alliance. And now we've got plenty of gold, so we can still focus on some production choices, which is good. So back here in the throne, I mean, I see no reason to work on units at this stage. We've got plenty, so we could go with the lab and then get ready for some additional knowledge income, which I think is a good idea. So let's do that. It's not the most efficient. We've got 125 and 91 coming in, but I still think it's a good choice. We'll get the lab going. When that's done, maybe we'll go for a Master's Guild or something like that. There, that's great. Oh, nice. Okay, we survived. And you know what? I'm going to run out of here because I know there's a unit roaming, so we're going to just explore up top instead. All right, now, this group, the game plan with them is still to head down and deal with this quest. So why don't we do that? And you know what? On our way through, let's hit up those melons. Now, the only thing is I don't want to leave this beetle necessarily by itself and let it get killed. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to group these two with that. And I'm going to take my main stack, grab those melons, and now I'm back to full health with this army. And we're in pretty good position to clear out a bunch of structures and get down there to deal with that quest. And then next turn, the Beetle Knight is going to have mobility back. So that's pretty good there. All right, now, back up here. We don't even need to buy the priest anymore. I was thinking, oh, the gold would be great. We can buy that priest, but it's not even necessary now. We've got a bunch of units that have healing. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put them in here, and I'm going to rebalance my stack ever so slightly. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take one of the rocks and put it in there. And then I'm going to take one of the Melias that has healing and put it in with Quora's group. And now both stacks have healing. So that's amazing. Okay, and there's the enemy. So we can move in and try to take this. Vassal, reclaim it. And then once that's done, once we've captured it, we can head over and go for the Throne City. All right, more exploring to do underground. Let's see. I would love to find some more treasure or something. That would be very desirable. Always a bit of a risk when you're underground because it's a lot easier to get sort of pinned in and ambushed by those roaming units, but we'll keep going through the mountains here. Okay, there's another city that belongs to, I believe, to Brock. So we found a second city there. We've got this one still in the Shadow Realm. Let's go make contact here if we can. Okay, they want money to open their borders and be friendly with us. You know what, it's 75. You know what, sure. Let's just do it. I want more vassals in the Shadow Realm. I really want to try and get more of a good grip on the Shadow Realm, so I'm a little more inclined to do that. And yeah, I believe this is a dead end. There's no way for us to get out of this little road, which is really unfortunate because it's going to be a couple of turns on the way back. So we'll turn around and start working our way back. All right, so yeah, things are looking pretty good here. So let's end the turn. And maybe we can reclaim our vassal next turn. See what happens here. And the big thing we got to watch out for is Melenis. Because like a counterattack or something like that. Especially maybe, like I had mentioned, swooping up from the vassal here. Former vassal. Although the units being back here suggests that maybe Melenis captured it and then some of the units are retreating back or something. Not entirely certain, but I think the sooner our troops get there, or sorry, as soon as our troops get there, we're going to be in good shape. Just looking around, seeing what else is going on. Yeah, so it doesn't look like they reinforced anything there, so we should be able to take it without too much trouble. Still don't see any other units popping up, so I think we are hopefully in good shape. It'll be interesting to see if any of the AI end up going to war with each other. You know, like, for example, if Caradon and Brock were to fight each other. I think Caradon is the one I'm going to try to continue. I had already asked for an alliance, or not an alliance, but to make peace, and Caradon had declined initially. But I can try that again and see if maybe we can form an alliance. I think that would be pretty cool. All right, we are now pure good. We have produced the Smuggler's Den. Oh, that's fantastic. Okay, and we've got a hero here, and it looks... Oh, and it's a Theocrat. That's excellent. We don't quite have enough gold, but I would like to have this Theocrat. Let me see the talents here. Oh, wow. Blinding Aura. That's pretty solid. Yeah. Dedicated to good. That works for us. I'm happy to have this hero. So the only thing is we need a little bit more gold before we have him join. We got that storehouse done. That's great. That means this city's going to grow a bit faster. We'll have this trading post then in 5 turns. And the quarry... I think... Oh, no. It's going to be one extra cycle of growth to get the quarry. So we'll get the trading post first and then the quarry after that. We can summon our Phantasm Warrior. That's great. So again, really, we just have to try and get some gold. That's going to be the big thing here. So with this stack, we're already in the neighborhood. Let's just step on over and see if we can engage this battle quickly. This should get us some extra casting points as well, which could be very helpful for us. Now, we're up against Phantasm Warriors. They are their weakness, again, being that they have a bit lower resistance. I don't think I can charm them because they're like magical origin and not, you know, a more standard unit. Although I'm not 100% sure about that, so we are going to perhaps find out. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just buff my own units here. And then we're just going to let them come to us. Okay, that's great. So now we should be able to take advantage here. So what I'm thinking is the War Elephant can step up and be the guard breaker. And then we can just kind of let them have it as best we can. Like I said... Oh, you know what? Wow, we actually can use Charm. Okay. Well, here's what we're going to do. We're going to try the Guard Breaker. Let's see. And then we're going to try this. 55% chance. Shoot. Okay, resisted. Well, again, it's always worth trying that because you never know, it might work. And then we're going to blast there for some good damage. Now we should have a good flank opportunity here. Step up with our shield biter. We'll even throw on the war cry because why the heck not? Nice, good damage there. And then our guardsmen can step up and do a free attack. There it is. And then we should be able to step up and maybe get the kill here. Let's try for it. Very nice. And then our guardsmen can go right here and hang out in defense mode and block up the... Okay, we're going to take some punishment. That's the only problem here, but at least we were in defense mode to be able to handle it, so... and you know what? We can just heal that damage here with a quick dash. Actually, you know what? No, I'd rather heal the elephant, though. So... let's see. I don't think we can get in behind a flank, unfortunately, with our... Now, one thing we can do with our smuggler, though, is we can sneak all the way around behind, get a critical flank, and turn him around, which is big. And then, I'm thinking, yeah, let's just do the quick dash and get our War Elephant some health back. And War Elephant is a much more important unit than most of the others here. And then we can get the finish. Let's maybe try and get the finish with the shield biter who's about to evolve. Ooh, but that's not going to do enough damage to make that happen. Okay, well, the commoner can go over here. Flank him this way, and then, yes, that should be enough now. Perfect, and there's a level up. So, since our War Elephant is already at gold medal, I thought it better to give the experience to somebody else. Our hero had already cast the spell, so... Alright, excellent. So then we can We might as well grab this node while we're in the neighborhood. So go like this, and we'll clear that, and then this group can move along as well. So let's just see here. Yes, so we need, I think it's 250 gold, perhaps. I'm not sure if we have any items we could sell that maybe we aren't using. No, they're all pretty useful. I mean, I suppose one of these, like the necklace or something, if we really needed to, or the Thief's Cowl wouldn't be a bad one. You know what, let's sell that. I really don't need that one. Still don't think that's enough for the hero, though. Oh, it is. It's 200. Okay, great. Perfect. Well, now we got ourselves a Theocrat, so that's a big deal. I really like Theocrat heroes. Bestow Iron Heart we will grab. And we'll pair that with Aura of Resistance, I think. Nice. You know what? Let's grab Touch of Faith while we're at it, too. Now, for this unit, we might as well start making our way down here, and then we can join in with this group. And we've got a hero to lead another stack right off the hop. So we'll head down like this, and then we will put maybe our... I want this army down there to help, but I think I'd rather just do this. And now at least we've got an army to basically lead with our Theocrats, so that's fantastic. All right, so let's do this node quick before I forget. Oh, fantastic. Let them run. Sure, why not? And then we will jump up here, and then we should be able to just come on over. And hopefully we can do this quest for them, where we just have to kill these Shadow Demon Bloat. Oh, very cool. That's a new unit. Volatile Death, so it explodes when it dies. Has a self-destruct ability. Poison Spit. Dedicated to evil. Magical origin. Does have shock weakness. That's noteworthy. Okay, well, yeah, I think if this stack just hangs out where it is, we can then fight those demons for this city. All right, well, let's keep exploring down here. Ooh, we got some haste berries. Let's grab those. Head into the lava here. Okay, well, we'll just keep working and see what we find. Storehouse is done. We do have a join offer from Ripura. My only hesitation here is we don't know if there are spawning structures nearby. So I'm inclined not to accept that until we have some support to help solidify our grip there. All right, Yalasser is now ready for us to build something. Again, laboratory is enticing, but I want more production income, I think. So, city is going to grow in 5 turns. That's important. We don't really have the gold to do anything at this point anyway, so I guess it's kind of a moot point. Ooh, Slaver Camp or Intelligence Corner. The Outcast Oil Occultist, I think, is a tier 3 unit, if I'm not mistaken. It's a tier 3 support unit, I think. So we'll probably do both. We might, we just don't have the money at the moment, but we will definitely do that once we have a little bit more gold. Let's keep exploring here. And then we'll jump into the water next turn and keep going that way. This little guy can go for whatever this is. Some halflings. They want money to sign a peace treaty. Well, not right now. A, we don't have it, and B, I don't want to spend the money on it. It was a different story in the Shadow Realm just because of the... I want to get a foothold there as much as I can. Let's just keep exploring over here and see what we find. Ooh, is this some dragons, perhaps? Or have we already made contact here? Oh, we have. Okay. Ooh, and there's some gold. Okay, next turn we can grab that. Over here, I think might be good to stay... Ooh, and look at that. Okay, multiple cities here. So green is definitely doing pretty well, at least from the development side of things. Ooh, look at all these spiders. Holy cow. Black spider, dread spider queen, hunter spider queen, vampire spider baby. Guarding an astral garden. Ooh, and it gives gold and happiness, and you can get a flourishing oratory, which you can build. Produced irregular and pikeman units gain ground magic and disrupt magical form. Huh. Requires astral garden to be present in the domain of the city. That'll be interesting. I'd be curious to see what exactly that buff does. Sounds pretty cool, though. Ooh, and nice. We can grab that cartographer's tent. See what we end up seeing. And we're just heading back along the lava with that unit, unfortunately. Okay, well, this might be a great place to end the episode. So let's move in and take our city back here, and then that's probably going to be it for the episode. And you know what? While we go through, we might as well clear out this ancient ruin while we're here. All right, so we'll head up. We don't really need both armies, but we might as well do it. And then let's engage the battle here. All right, 3 units, a Reanimator, a Storm Sister, a Cadaver. Won't be able to use Seduce because all of them are undead, so not really any benefit there. All right, so let's just start moving our squad in here. In the Nymph. Nice thing about the Nymph, too, is it also has Befriend Animals, so multiple ways to increase your army size, which is very desirable. Are any of our units hurt? Not really. I think we're pretty much fine over here. Maybe a goal here to just try and get the Spitting Spider some additional experience, along with Quora, of course. Always good to try to get your heroes some extra experience. But like I said, we'll just move everybody up. Alright, that should do it for the first turn here. Okay, so they're rotating a little bit. Not that it really matters, because we're just going to swarm in there and try and blast them here. So, Rock can hang out right there. Nymph can move up. Spearman. We do want the Melia in there, able to heal perhaps the Rock if it takes some punishment. So I'm thinking maybe we go here. And then like this, I'm thinking Smuggler, get Quora up. And everybody's just moving up. So yeah, expected to take some punishment. Good news is, like I said, we can just drop a big heal in there. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to move our Melia in behind. Throw that big heal on. That's excellent. You know what? We can probably just get the finish here with the Spitting Spider. Fantastic. And then let's jump in behind the Reanimator. It's probably the scarier of the two, just because it can bring a dead unit back. So... Storm Sister now would be good to get rid of. So I'm thinking we get our Smuggler in like this. Ooh, I didn't mean to use that. That's okay. So we'll turn the Storm Sister around like that. Then we can get Karzan in there to do a charge attack. Okay, we took a little bit of punishment. The Rock can still be healed, so let's do that. Quora can, however, step up and do a bit of damage to the... Oh, shoot. Okay, that's really not doing much. Line of sight penalty, huh? I guess we gotta go here. Nice. Okay, there's the kill. That's great. Commoner can step up, do some work on that Reanimator. And the Rock can go right here, so... Not bad. And then now all that's left is that Reanimator that's going to basically just, yeah, hang out in defense mode. Don't really think there's anybody else we can heal, so... let's see, can we get in there enough to perhaps do some damage with the Spitting Spider? Yes. There, I think that must have got a little bit. Yeah, a couple extra experience points. And then Quora can just get the finish. Very nice. Well, hey, at least we got our Elven vassal back. Of course, now we're going to have to absorb the city, most likely here. So, Oh, interesting. Purge to Tigrans. So you have to purge the town's undead population. Purge to Nomads. Yeah, we're going to purge to the Nomads, that's for sure. So, yeah, it's a bit of a shame we're losing the elves out of there, but one thing we have to watch out for, though, so I think our Nomads, let me just double check. They dislike temperate, subterranean, autumn, shadowland, Arctic, blighted, and tundra they hate. And unfortunately up here, as you can see, a lot of Arctic, so it's not going to be a great spot to actually put the Nomads, or the Tigrans for that matter. I don't really want to raise it, however, so I am going to switch it over to Nomads, I guess. And then we'll just have to work on that city's happiness. That's kind of a bummer. Would have been better to keep it as elves. Quora has an upgrade here, level 6. Nothing I'm really that keen on for Quora at this point. Strong Will is nice because it does give 100% spirit protection. Floating wouldn't be bad down the road. Let's go Strong Will. And then we'll save the rest. Alright, well, I think that's a pretty good place to leave the episode. So we've reclaimed the city. Unfortunately, it's going to now become Nomad, which isn't great given the terrain, but we're working with what we got. And so I guess one thing we'll do quick before we end the episode is just move these guys back to the throne and at least have some guards there. We have our Phantasm Warrior ready to go, so we could add it to our stacks here, or we could move it into one of our new armies. I'm kind of thinking it might be better suited, actually, to join in with my Theocrat, just because then we'll have more units for him. But, again, I'm not 100% sure. I'm still kind of deciding. So, let's just zoom out and take a look. So, you know, we've lost Zardor. We've reclaimed our city up here, so kind of breaking even. But we did get a new vassal here and one up here as well. And, of course, as Bandaria is now fully ours, so we absorbed it entirely. So, going pretty well here. So we will save this as episode 5. And as always, guys, thank you very much for watching. I really do appreciate it, and I'll see you in the next one.